The Surface Pro X, my review and who should be buying it after my intro. Cue my music. Welcome everyone, I'm Techzilla and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be sharing my review of the Microsoft Surface Pro X after having used it for several months and answering the question, who exactly is it aimed at? Let's first start by looking at the form factor and the build. The body feels extremely sturdy and looks very stealthy thanks to that signature unibody magnesium design with hidden perimeter venting, all finished in that delicious matte black. The dimensions are 11.3 by 8.2 by 0.28 inches. Yes, you heard that right, it's only 7.3 mils in thickness, or in this case, thinness. This is actually Microsoft's thinnest 2-in-1 laptop they've ever made, and it doesn't end there. It weighs in at just 1.7 pounds or 774 grams. The edges are curved, meaning that when holding in hand it's very comfortable and ergonomic. Of course, having the DNA of the Surface line, you still have the strong built-in metal stand which can be adjusted to pretty much any angle. Underneath the stand there is a hidden surprise, a SIM card tray, but more on that later. On the right side there's the power button and the charging port. On the left is where the volume rocker and two USB-C ports are housed. And finally at the bottom is the Surface keyboard connector port. The Pro X comes with a 13-inch PixelSense touch display with a resolution of 2880 by 1920, which equates to 267 ppi for all you pixel peepers. The aspect ratio is 3:2, and that extra space comes in handy when reading, surfing the web, looking at spreadsheets and so on. Plus, with a screen brightness of 450 nits, it's plenty bright for anyone. On either side of the screen, there are two 2-watt stereo speakers with Dolby audio, and these sound very loud, clean and crisp, and because of their position, the sound is directed straight into your ears, unlike most laptops where the sound is underneath the keyboard facing the desk. Now, the top bezel also houses a 5 megapixel front-facing camera with 1080p Full HD resolution, which looks great on video calls and conferences. Plus, with dual far-field studio mics, you sound as crisp as you look. Of course, Windows Hello authentication hardware is also housed in the top bezel, which I found very fast and accurate. On the back of the Pro X is where you find a 10 megapixel autofocus camera capable of filming in 4K for anyone wanting to maybe film a meeting or similar scenario. Let's take a look at one of the main features which I really found to be a game changer. That always connected to the internet. By placing my SIM card into the Pro X means I can still be productive even when away from Wi-Fi. I know you can use your smartphone as a Wi-Fi hotspot, but that quickly drains your battery and is just annoying to have to keep connecting and disconnecting. Thanks to Qualcomm's Snapdragon X24 modem, we've got Cat18 ultra high speed LTE. Basically, this means more than twice the throughput and almost 2 times lower latency than Cat9. In real-world usage, this means that when opening the Pro X, my emails and notifications were already synced, so I didn't have to waste time waiting for them to download. With Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5 up to Gigabit LTE, assisted GPS and GLONASS support on the Pro X means it will keep most users happy. It's worth mentioning that it's also carrier unlocked and supports pretty much any band your network uses. Now the big one, the performance. The Surface Pro X is powered by the new custom Microsoft SQ1 processor, which is designed in collaboration with Qualcomm. The unit I have here has 16GB of LPDDR4X RAM, but you can also get it in a 8GB variant. The Pro X also comes in 128, 256 or 512GB of SSD, which is removable, something I know all of you will appreciate. The Pro X is powered by the Qualcomm Adreno 680, which is their most powerful GPU. On paper, it is twice as fast as the previous generation, 60% more efficient than the 850, and 3.5 times faster than the 835. In real-world usage, this means that the Pro X is capable of supporting dual 4K HDR external monitors, second-gen HDR playback, twice the memory bandwidth, and high-efficiency video encoding. However, it doesn't end there. Qualcomm have also included their fastest ever Snapdragon CPU, the Kryo 495. Basically, it's a 7nm octa-core CPU which has a larger system and L3 cache, of which an impressive 10MB is available. Summing up, this means that in day-to-day usage I found the Pro X to be very fast, smooth and lag-free. I didn't see any stuttering or freezing either. From my extensive usage over the last several months, the chipset within the Pro X is on par with the 10th gen i5 1035G4 in terms of performance. For example, when playing Skydiver GT2, the Snapdragon achieved 4 frames per second more than the i5. However, that's not the end of the story. After playing continuously for 30 minutes non-stop, the i5 reached over 37 degrees Celsius, but the Snapdragon remained around 31 degrees. This is an amazing achievement, especially when you consider there are no fans in the Surface Pro X, because they simply are not needed. This is thanks to Qualcomm's built-in optimization and efficiency, which also shows when it comes to battery life. Now, for example, the Snapdragon can achieve 4 hours more app usage time than the i5 and 6 hours more of video playback. Now, obviously, I have only been talking about the Surface Pro X. In order to transform it into a fully fledged laptop, you will need to purchase the Pro X signature keyboard with the Slim Pen. What makes this keyboard different from the rest is the pen stores and charges in a hidden divot within the keyboard. So unlike some of the competitors, the pen is always with the Pro X and ready to use when needed, and it has the added bonus: there's no fear of actually losing it. The keyboard itself is finished in the soft touch Alcantara that we are all familiar with. What I like about this finish is that it doesn't feel cold against my wrists and makes for a very comfortable platform to place my hands. The keys themselves are all backlit and well spaced. I found them very easy to type on because the feedback and travel is spot on. A very nice tactile response when pressed, and they're not very loud, which means using them in lectures, cafes, offices and other similar scenarios will basically ensure your typing doesn't annoy others around you. I was surprised at how good the typing experience was, especially when you consider the slim profile of the keyboard. Another bonus is the multi-touch glass trackpad. It may look small but offers plenty of travel, very smooth, precise and accurate. It's not surprising because Windows trackpads are some of the best in the business. Summing up, having used the Surface Pro X for several months, I have to admit that I am extremely pleased with the overall experience. The battery life in day-to-day usage lasted me about 12 hours, which is more than enough to keep me going throughout a workday, with a little bit of battery life left over to unwind to a good movie on Netflix after a hard day. Now, I will admit that I use the Pro X as it was intended to be used, not as a video editor. Now, essentially, tech journalists and content creators live in a bubble and don't always understand which demographic a device is made for, and on occasion we can be arrogant in our opinions of a device if it doesn't pander to our needs. We are a very niche user who require powerful devices to edit 4K video, color grade raw photo files, and play very resource hungry high-end games. but the vast majority of consumers don't. So to answer the question, who is the Pro X made for? Well, the simple answer is you. If you are someone who wants a device for checking your emails, stocks, social media, the weather, someone who wants to stream movies, music, watch YouTube, work on Word documents, presentations, spreadsheets, and surf the web, or perhaps you want to create a little artwork or do some light gaming, then you can't do better than the Surface Pro X. It has been designed in accordance with the requirements of the vast majority and not the niche minority. The whole package, including the keyboard and the pen, weighs in at a fraction over a kilo, which is lighter than the iPad Pro and Magic Keyboard cover by 300 grams. It's a very easy device to carry. Battery life is all day, connectivity without the need for Wi-Fi, always on functionality, instant startup, superb build quality with no flex in the chassis, the ability to go from laptop to tablet, a fanless design with excellent thermals and beautiful touchscreen, and loud, clear speakers for your media consumption. What more do you need? I must admit, the Microsoft Surface Pro X has become part of my everyday carry. And if you are in the market for a two-in-one device, then the Pro X should be at the top of that list. As always, I will leave my affiliate links in the description below if you would like to pick one up. And as I will be reviewing the latest Surface laptops from Microsoft and the new Samsung Galaxy Book S, I really suggest that you smash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you do not miss out on those upcoming videos. Give me a thumbs up, and as always, this is TechZilla saying thank you for watching, take care, and until next time, my friends, peace.